We're live. We're live on draft day, baby.
Happy draft day. Woo!
Plenty to talk about. Vikings draft. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Lock. Oh my God. I'm about to explode.
Yeah, I have a feeling this draft day will always be known as the day Aaron Rodgers ended it with the Packers. I hope that's the case. I really do.
It is. It's over. It's over.
Oh my God.
The Vikings could not even draft today. They could forfeit their pick, and it is still a beautiful, beautiful, great day.
I hope the Packers lose Aaron Rodgers and they still draft a backup fullback, a fourth tight end, and another running back. It'd be fantastic. Fantastic. I didn't know things were this bad in Green Bay. It's very shocking to me. Just all the news coming out, how Aaron Rodgers said he'd rather go to a family reunion.
I think that might have been photoshopped. I don't think that was real.
That come from Trey Winkle. That's amazing that if he did say that. It's been great. So is the faithful. You're right. There's already been a ton of fun already. Rumors going around. We'll touch on those a little bit more in a little bit, but great scuttlebutt to start this thing off.
We're definitely gonna be talking some Drew Lock, LS Gregor in the house. Good to see you. Nighttime mime. That is horrifying. I'm excited. Come on, Rick, do us good. Glad you are here. Very glad.
I would be horrified if he shows up looking at my window tonight.
Horrified. I'd open the window and let him in.
Oh my God, that thing is creepy as shit.
Julian Marker in the house. AJ Barnes.
Yeah. I'm glad we got
Julian Marker just cracked his first beer.
We weren't sure how many of you guys were going to be able to make it and work and everything, but personally, I think I worked for an hour and a half today.
Yeah, nobody works. Nobody works on draft day. AJ Barnes, absolutely. This is our Christmas.
Hell yes.
A lot of draft talk.
There needs to be should it be a draft mystery, or do you just put presents under a podium? What would you do? What would be the right thing? Presents under a board? It's got to be something.
That's for you to come up with. FW Ender Millard in the house.
He's back.
Julian Marker off. Julian Marker, what are you drinking? I'm going to say you're a Bud Light kind of guy.
I think he's a PBR man myself.
Jack Ryan's feeling a Vikings trade coming. Deep in my loins, I kind of feel that too. Whether up or down, I think anything is game.
I do too. I think it's gonna be a very splashy, sexy pick tonight. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving it too. I'm also. We're gonna be talking about Northeast. All right. I can see that.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, the thought of Aaron Rodgers out of Green Bay. It's hilarious. I love it. I love the fact that it's getting ugly too. It's not just that they're parting ways mutually like a Peyton Manning-esque Colts thing. It's going to get ugly. It makes it better. It makes me very excited.
Yeah, it's about as bad as your parents. It's about as bad as your parents' divorce is how ugly this is getting.
They still cordially say hello to each other when they see each other. Belgium white with an orange slice. AJ Barnes, you were very high maintenance.
Yeah, he sounds like he might be a diva, a little bit of a diva there.
Ellis Gregor, triple Bach, home brew. You're going to be shit-faced before the draft starts. I love it.
Got it. You don't want to do that. I remember I passed out shortly after Chad Greenway was picked. One of the worst. So mad at myself the next day.
Nighttime mime. What would be going through your heads if Phillips is a guy at 14?
My fist.
Yeah, I'd be doing a lot of crotch punches. Probably slam 2 or 3 beers, and within 10 minutes, I would be the biggest Jalen Phillips fan in the world.
Well, that's the thing. I don't like Vera Tucker. We don't like Phillips, but if they become a Minnesota Viking, all you can do is switch gears and root for the guy and hope for the best. So no matter what happens, whoever we do end up taking at 14, or if it's higher or lower, we're going to root for this guy no matter what.
Yes, and as we're going to be live here for a while, so get some beers. Throw out any questions, any comments, anything. Let's keep these comments rolling. Let's have a little fun here. Whatever you're drinking, put it in there.
So we got the fan of the beef Wellington in here.
Juices from a beef Wellington. Look at that sexy son of a bitch.
Yeah, I don't know.
The beef Wellington we had was very dry. There was
very
no
dry.
Juice. Very
dry. It was. I don't know if it was overcooked, if it had been in the buffet too long, but it was very dry. It was like beef jerky Wellington is what that was like.
Let's talk some Drew Lock. We've a handful of comments on Drew Lock. Broncos looking to trade him. Clearly, they're over the Drew Lock. Teddy Bridgewater made the trade. There's looking at quarterback here. Who would love to see Drew Lock here? Because I would.
I would much rather have Drew Lock than any quarterback after the first round. He's young, he's fun, he's over there on the sidelines rapping. This is kind of the guy you want to have. I think he brings some energy there. I don't know why Denver's giving up on him. So I feel like it's too quick. So yes, I would be all for sending a 6th-round pick to Denver to get Drew Lock. You know, another thing too, it's not just Drew Lock who should be available. Gardner Minshew should also be available. We talked about this way back, maybe a couple months ago. I would love to send a pick to Jaguars to get Gardner Minshew to be our backup as well. So either one of those guys, I would be freaking doing naked cartwheels, and I can't do a cartwheel.
Well, I mean, I would much rather have Drew Lock than Gardner Minshew. Drew Lock,
really?
It's not even close. Gardner Minshew's fun. He can come in and win some games. Drew Lock actually has a chance to be a pretty damn good player. The shitty part with Lock was Denver, their whole quarterback room was completely injured or wherever that was. He got forced into it. Drew Lock was the type of guy that needed to come in, sit down for a year or two before he just gets tossed in there. He could have a little reset, come to Minnesota. We give up a fifth. What?
Are you crying?
Yeah, Drew Lock makes me emotional. He would be coming into the perfect situation. His contract is $1.9 million. It's nothing.
Hey, I'm all for it. I would love it. It would make me so excited. It would make me a little bit damp downstairs. And yeah, if we got, and you got to remember this, just the George Patton connection, Rick Spielman, they're buddies. So I think there could be a lot, I don't say a lot of trades, but definitely a lot of talk between the two. I think they're going to work out some kind of deal for something in this draft. Maybe it's Drew Lock, maybe it's not, but I do think the Vikings move up. Denver is going to be a team they're going to probably do a trade with.
Yeah, we'll see. And yes, Sean Mannion, you know, would love to sit down and have 48 beers with the guy, do some pull tabs. He needs to be gone. So
Oh, he will be gone. So.
I did see that. That's fantastic. Jigs wants to be a tight end.
Did you see Ian Rappaport trying to report this on air? He was literally laughing as he was reporting this. Tebow, he just won't give it up. You know, he must have sat down and prayed and said, you know, I'm going to be a tight end now. And he's got Urban Meyer there. He's got his boy there that's the head coach. Maybe that's enough to give him a chance. I don't know. You know what? Good for Tim Tebow if he can make it work. But I don't know. I don't think he gets through camp.
Q Cox wants Mr. Morig in round 1.
Wouldn't make me cry.
It'd be one of those picks where you'd be like, all right, that's pretty sweet. I mean, not expected, but I love Morig. He'll be a top 25 pick.
Yeah, I think he'll be Jacksonville's second pick if he doesn't surprise. He seems like he's a popular fallback pick for the Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders. So, you know, he could even be gone in the top 20. Wouldn't shock me.
FW Enders clearly already shit-faced. Maybe huffing some gas as well, but Nate Stanley needs fans too, and I'm one of them.
I'm not, but I know someone who is. My boy.
Teddy, but Teddy came with what they're paying like $3 million of his contract. That was what it was a 6th. I guess I don't remember.
Teddy's got no upside though. Locke has upside, so but Teddy has experience, so maybe that's this. You know, I would give a 6 for Drew Lock. What are you gonna get at that point? You're gonna get shit. You might as well give a 6 for Drew Lock. Hell, I would give a 5th.
I would be just fine with the 5th. And on top of that, we get Drew Lock. We don't have to spend a 3rd or 4th rounder on a Mond, a Trask. We get to continue to look at the offensive line, receiver, whatever. Mm-hmm. Jack Ryan, Hufunga, Darius or Cisco. Yes, Jack Ryan.
Speak my language, Jack.
Wish Jack Ryan was right here right now.
What would you do?
Give him a hug, give him a beer, and a hell of a high five.
Wow. Yeah, Jack Ryan is on point. He is on point.
AJ Barnes, do you believe the people that say that safety and guard are the least impactful positions in the game? No.
Look at, I mean, how much would you love to have Randall McDaniel back on the Vikings line? How much would you miss Harrison Smith if he wasn't there? So, no, I don't agree with that at all. I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't think he's saying it. They do say it.
I'm not either. I am. I'm not saying AJ Barnes is saying this. I'll never say anything bad against AJ Barnes.
Wepagus needs to go get a hug from somebody.
Maybe who's the guy who's going to give you a hug? Q Cox.
Would love one. All right, let's talk
about some other draft rumors going on. Let's talk a little more about this Aaron Rodgers situation. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of smoke here. Are the Packers is this gonna be one of the situations where neither side wants to budge and Aaron Rodgers holds out and doesn't play this year, retires and becomes a permanent host of Jeopardy? Personally, I'd love to see him play somewhere else. I think I'd actually root for Aaron Rodgers. What I've learned as I've gotten older is I think he's actually kind of a cool dude. He's somebody like Peyton Manning who tries something different besides just football. Very talented player. I come to respect his game over the years, and I would love to see him play for somebody else.
I don't even know who you are right now. You're all of a sudden a fan of Aaron Rodgers.
I respect him. I respect the dude.
That's fine. I can respect the fact that he's good. I sure the hell will never be a fan of Aaron Rodgers. He drives me nuts. Looking at him makes me want to punch him. Q Cox in the house.
Yeah, gave us a $20 hug. That felt good.
Damn, Q Cox coming in strong.
Wow.
Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciated.
I'm
still shocked by this whole. I want him gone. I appreciate the fact that he's kind of being a dick, forcing his way out. I love it. I think he is gone. There's no coming back from this. You can't also just come back. He's made up his mind. I can't wait. I don't care where he goes.
What would you rather see? Would you rather see him end up somewhere else soon, or this thing just drag out and get ugly and he sits out and Jordan Love is forced to start? What do you want to happen here?
Well, I think yes, Alexis Martinez is absolutely correct. Well, the Niners, the Niners are on the phone right now. Just let's do this. I mean, this is the Packers' chance. They're going to get not only that third overall pick, God knows what else. This is their moment where they could actually. Unfortunately, they don't want to do it, but they're going to get up there. They're going to be able to get their quarterback if they're not completely all in on Jordan Love. And this is their chance. If they don't pull the trigger now, it's going to get gross, and now their compensation is going to be down the road. So it could be an interesting couple hours here.
Who do you think looks better with their shirt off, Mac Jones or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers, probably. Mac Jones is a little fluffy.
But Aaron Rodgers doesn't seem like he's very ripped either. I mean, I think he might be hairier than you'd expect.
I don't really give a shit, to be honest.
Really? I think this was a great topic we were talking about here.
What do we got? How much would it take for them to trade him in the division? Oh, yeah, no way.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Can't see it, Mr. Barnes.
But you know what? If he came to Minnesota, every Vikings fan would embrace him just the way with Brett Favre. It would be the same thing all over again.
Yeah, he'd have to go through about 8 other teams again. Packers they haven't.
It's ridiculous.
I hope it stays that way. Rashad Bateman of the Gophers has been rumored to go to the Packers. So if that happens, I'm going to be very upset. Mac Jones got the moves.
Yeah, Nighttime Mime is on fire tonight. He's having a great draft so far. He is he's basically the Sonny Weaver Jr. right now of the comments.
Yeah, well done, Nighttime, making a hell of a debut.
I'm sorry, Julian. I got to give the guy some respect. All right.
What else? I think he's talking about his shirt off and stuff. But comments again. Let's see what everybody's drinking tonight. We've had some interesting ones. Nobody is drinking the High Life Light yet, though. That's a little sad. Come on, we got to keep these guys in business. They're struggling.
It's the champagne of beers, for Christ's sake.
All right, Alexis, do y'all like AVT at 14 or trade down? Depends on who's there. If we're picked clean, Derisaw's gone. I'd be fine with a Vera Tucker. If we're taking him over like a Derisaw or somebody that falls, well, fine with it, just not as excited.
You got to put Ellis Gregor's comment up there. You really made me giggle.
Ellis Gregor, that's not the first time you've Googled that. Man,
he's probably Googled them bottomless, I'm sure, once or twice.
Making me do that. Yeah. Great Duck Vodka. There we go.
Yeah, it's Chad Greenway.
Atkins in the house. Look at that beard. It's wonderful.
I thought it was a couple set of balls down there. The last rumor that's been going around on this draft day is that New Orleans Saints trying to move way up from 28 to get into I think it was inside the top 10. I couldn't imagine what that's going to cost. If the Niners gave up, 3 firsts to go 9 spots? I think the Saints would have to give up their entire draft for the next 5 years to move up. The Saints have made it. That hasn't scared them in the past. Well, they're not afraid to go up. They're not. If they got a guy, they're not afraid. A team afraid to go up and get them. Yeah, I mean, they moved up to get Marcus Davenport, so they'll do anything. So I'd love it. I'd love it for them to blow their entire draft and come up and take somebody. Supposedly they're really high on Caleb Farley.
Bam Troll. He wants Jalen Phillips. Who do you think they're going to pick? If I had to put all my high life in my fridge on it right now, I would say it's Darisaw. It's just a safe pick. Makes sense. So that's who I think they're going to take.
Yeah, he didn't ask me, so I'm not going to answer.
Vikings will get Lance. Let's talk. Let's talk about Niners at 3. Let's say the whole Aaron Rodgers thing is off the table. Who's everybody thinking the Niners are actually going to take at 3? It seems it's down to Trey Lance or Mac Jones, and I want to hear some thoughts out there.
Yeah, I heard some great opinions on I think it was NFL Network today. Saying they already have Mac Jones on the roster and Jimmy Garoppolo, and maybe they need a guy who can move with his legs to take him over the hump and get him to the next level, make some plays, give you that unexpected element that only a guy who can run can give you. So, man, I think this is a horrible, horrible trade for them if they really don't know who they're taking. Why would you give up what they gave up to move up if you weren't sure who your target was? And maybe it is. Maybe is the faithful is correct, and this is just a smokescreen. They've been on Lance the whole time, but I don't know. I'm thinking if it's not Mac Jones, I will be shocked if it's actually Trey Lance. I think they're going Mac Jones personally.
Yeah, and also you got to look. I mean, the Niners, they want Aaron Rodgers. Another thing you think about is maybe they won't get him tonight, but they'll get him later. So if they take a quarterback at 3, they're out of the Aaron Rodgers.
Maybe they'll go Kyle Pitts.
Maybe all of a sudden they get crazy ass go Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase, and it's like, holy shit. Love this crap.
Yeah, it'll be and that's really where the draft starts tonight, is at 3. That's where all the intrigue is. We all know the first 2 picks. And then 3, what the Niners do is going to make everything else just roll. And the Falcons, our team, I think, is completely 50-50 what they do. So it's going to start out slow, and it's going to get very, very exciting quickly tonight.
Jesse Fletcher wants nothing to do with offensive line. Oh, please get he wants them in the late rounds. Wow. Risky. I like it.
It's risque, I don't like it. Almost. It's almost risque. Good sip, one bar. You really did a good job in that sip.
All right. What other draft rumors, little tidbits we got out there?
That's pretty much all I've seen. Have you seen anything else?
Well, let's talk about some guys. Yes, Bam Troll, absolutely. And wants to see a good draft and have fun. Yes, I want to see some crazy ass picks. I want to see some shocking picks. Hopefully not when the Vikings are on the board, but all through the draft. I want to see Raiders continue to just make what the hell picks. I want the Eagles to step on their dick. Yeah. I want the Packers to just completely screw themselves. I'm very excited.
I wish the Seahawks are picking, because every year in round 1 that is going to be a shit show. Seahawks do much better rounds 2, 3, 4. Round 1 they completely just screw. You might
got like 2 picks.
I know
total.
It is Mike Mayock. This might be his last draft with the Raiders. This guy, you never know what he's going to do. He seems to go way off the charts. He took Clelin Ferrell, and last year he took Damon Arnett. No one saw any of those guys going where they did. If he screws us up one more time, I think him and Gruden are both going to be out. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do.
Gruden's going nowhere ever again.
Oh, I like this Jalen Phillips.
I like this kid. I like this guy.
I like this fullback.
Trade up. Yeah, trading up. Those are the 2 guys. If they trade up, that's who they're going to be trading up for. I hope it's not for much.
I got to be honest, though. I feel like I don't think we're going to pick at 14 right now. I've been thinking about this all day, and my gut feeling is just that if, like, Penei Sewell starts falling 8, 9-ish area, I think we're going to try to swing up and get him. Rashawn Slater, maybe the same thing. Or we move back. I don't think we're going to pick at 14.
Well, it'll be interesting if the Broncos are there at 9 and there's still one of the quarterbacks like a Trey Lance or Fields. If they're all gone, I think the Broncos are absolutely going to be calling the Vikings. Like you said, the Patton connection makes too much sense. And if those quarterbacks are gone, it probably does mean an offensive lineman has fallen. Yeah,
and who is the other guy that the Broncos want? Micah Parsons, who could be there at 14. So it makes sense. It makes sense. They know each other. I can see Rick and George scratching each other's backs.
Ellis Gregor, you're absolutely right. A lot of people were talking about that today. where Zach Wilson could his bust potential as far as the competition he's played against is a big deal. But I do like Zach Wilson. He does look smooth out there.
Yeah, when you watch some of these throws he can make, it is impressive. But yeah, I approach him with what they call it, baby gloves. Is that what it says? Baby gloves?
Baby white gloves?
No, I don't think it's.
I don't think it's baby gloves.
I am worried there. I don't know. If I was a Jets, I probably would have kept Darnold and try to build around him. But I guess they hate Darnold in New York. So
Mac Jones falls. You gotta consider it. Yeah, you gotta consider it. But I would consider others as well. And
I would take Mike Sullivan before I took Mac Jones.
Julian Marker's fan brother-in-law is so angry. I would be too.
I thought it said Pecker fan.
Oh, my Packer fan.
Packer. Yeah. I'd be angry too. Why wouldn't you be?
I love it.
The Packers draft last year was one of the grossest ones I've ever seen in my life. And if I was the quarterback of that team and that's what they gave me to work with, I would be irate as well. So I don't blame them one bit.
Christopher Fisk likes Kellen Mond for 2 or 3. Well,
do you think that's Carlton's son?
Hell of a catcher. Yeah, Kellen Mond. I mean, in round 3, I haven't been big on the Kellen Mond. He looks a little goofy when he's running and throwing, but he does it fairly well. He just looks a little unorthodox.
He does run weird. It's not pretty. It's not.
It seems like he's wearing those Bradford shoulder pads where he's just very
kind of go everywhere. But I think he's going to go in round 2 when it's all said and done. I really do. So I think Kellen Mond will not be there in round 3. Wow. Sizzleman writing a story.
One of the top receivers there at 14. Look for the Vikings to trade with Baltimore. Baltimore on 3 of 14. I'd take that.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 27-31, that'd be amazing. Then you can look forward to picking at the ass end of round 1. That's where you get in the Wyatt Davis territory, maybe a Greg Russo territory, maybe Trayvon Moehrig is still on the board at that point. You look at grabbing him. I would love that, to be honest with you, especially if the options aren't great at 14. I mean, if Devontae, I'd rather just take a Devontae Smith and then trade, but I guess I just changed my entire opinion.
Yeah, well, I guess you need to stop a little bit.
Oh, I forgot about but it would make sense. It would make sense.
All right, what's next on the old agenda?
Oh, let's just remind people what happened in past. Let's look at the past. They predict what's going to happen tonight. So the draft's coming up. Everybody does their mock draft simulators now. That's the big thing, and you always see the same guys going in the same spots. Maybe shuffle a little bit. Let's not forget some things that happen every single draft. So. First of all, there's always a quarterback that falls. You look at it just in years past, Josh Rosen fell, Lamar Jackson fell. It always happens. So one of these guys is going to fall. It seems like this year it's going to be Justin Fields. So don't be shocked if he does start to slide down the board, and maybe he's available at 14 or damn near where the Vikings are going to pick. And then teams will still they don't do the expected thing. I just watched again. I would keep going back to this, but the 2018 draft, they sat there and they talked about the Cowboys for 10 minutes, picking a wide receiver, talking DJ Moore, and talking Kelvin Ridley. That's the whole ESPN crew sat there and debated who it was going to be, and they went and took Leighton Vander Esch. So don't just because maybe the teams address this need in free agency, they will still draft it. You see it happen all the time. It happens every single year. Keep these things in mind when you're watching tonight. And don't just expect these picks to be what we've been mocking, because there's always going to be surprises. There's always going to be shocks, and there's always going to be guys that fall. And I think another thing we need to bring up is the injury issues. Sometimes we don't know what they find out at the combine, what they find out when they meet with these people, what their doctors come back and say. But the one example I always come back to is Jesse Williams, that D tackle from was he Alabama?
Yes.
Or was he Washington? He expected to go in the first round. He ended up falling down to round 4 because he had some knee issues that they were concerned being a problem long term. So we don't know what the medical is. We're never told. These teams know this. So, and that's why I don't get this Jalen Phillips, why he keeps getting mocked. I mean, he's got a very, his injury history, everybody knows about it. So why he is still getting mocked so high, it just shocks me. And for him, if he does fall, I'd be more surprised if he does go as early as these analysts are saying. I think he may actually be there in round 2.
Yeah, I think this year's mock drafts will be completely most inaccurate ones we've seen. I think it's going to be batshit crazy. I think as far as guys falling, if Mac Jones doesn't go 3, I think he will. I think he'll be the guy that falls. I mean, I think Fields could even go before him. I think it all depends on what the Niners do.
He should. I mean, talent-wise, Justin Fields would definitely go ahead of Mac Jones. But again, we'll see what happens. It'll be exciting. It'll be interesting. And there's always going to be that trade that happens that shakes up the entire draft. So, I know you're always high on your mock draft, how it panned out, how correct you were. But, I mean, all it takes is one trade to make those entire things just a complete waste of time.
Let's get one thing clear. Love them or hate them. Mock drafts are never a waste of time. They help pass the time. They're a wonderful thing. It's beautiful. Let's see.
I probably did like 2,000 this year.
2,000? Oh my God. You need
a lot of shits.
All right, let's should we do a little trivia, give away some One Bar and Lepagus swag or what?
Yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna go with the first one to give us a correct answer on the question.
This isn't it.
Yeah, that looks like it needs a wash. Maybe needs to go in the garbage. Broken in. Very well.
Oh, imagine showing up in the bar with one of these bad boys on.
Ooh.
Boy, you'd be the talk of the town.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to take that pull tab girl home if you wore that.
Oh my God, that's a girl. All right.
Sometimes
we're doing some trivia here. We're gonna do it throughout the show. We're gonna be on here till 6, and then we're gonna bolt and be on afterwards as far as just some reaction video stuff like that.
Bolt, that's my favorite movie.
What's that?
Bolt is my favorite movie.
That's awesome. Let's see. So first one to get in the comments with the right answer. You sir are the winner. You ready?
I'm ready. You got a question?
I got a question.
All right.
Everybody ready? Get those fingers ready.
First one has to be correct.
Right, 2015. We all know the Vikings got a steal with Stephon Diggs in round 5, but that was their second 5th round pick of the draft. Who was their first 5th round pick that year?
Ooh, that's a good question, One Bar.
Thank you. Comments.
You're
One Bar.
As a trivia host as Aaron Rodgers.
We got nothing. Audi Cole, incorrect, Zach. I appreciate the effort.
Zach Ballas is now out. You do not get a second shot.
David Morgan, nope. Beavers, nope. Somebody's Googling it. Come on. Oh, Ben Bowman. Nailed it.
Who? Oh, is it Michael Pruitt? Michael Pruitt. Ben Bowman got it first. Write that down.
Austin, you were close. All right, so here's the scoop. Anybody who Ben Bowman. So I'm gonna get my email down here. Make sure to send me an email. We'll get you your swag for show.
It's onebar@dongs.com.
And we're gonna be doing a handful of these throughout. So get those fingers ready. Get them ready.
They're always ready.
All right, I want to do some. Let's do some. I want to throw some scenarios at you, and let me know in the comments too. Some pairings. So this would be our 1st round pick and our 3rd round pick. Okay, you got to pick which one you'd rather have.
Are you asking me or the viewers?
I'm asking comments. I'm asking you. Put them in the comments. So option A or option B. So option A. Remember, this is the 1st round pick and our first 3rd. So option A. Jalen Phillips in round 1 and Quinn Miners falls to round 3. That is option A. Or would you rather have Elijah Vera Tucker in round 1 and Adarius Washington in round 3? That is option B. Jalen Phillips and Quinn Miners or AVT and Adarius Washington?
Yeah, that's tough. I actually like the 3rd round guards better than the 3rd round edge rushers. There's a lot of safeties I like between round 3 and 5. But for the fact that I can't gamble on Jalen Phillips, not at 14, so I would have to go with option B.
I feel I didn't make this hard enough. There's not one single A. So yeah.
No. Nano Joe went with option C.
Oh, AJ Barnes, option A all day. Quinn Miners, I figured would tug at the heartstrings a little bit, kind of help get rid of the whole Jalen Phillips thing, but it's not even close. Vera Tucker, Darius Washington, 10 times out of 10.
Yeah, it's rare You get a guard center with the swag of Quinn Miners, but yeah, I think you got to go the other way.
All right, I got another one for you. You ready?
I was born ready.
All right. Option A, Kwity Paye and Ben Cleveland. Kwity Paye and Ben Cleveland. Or Christian Darrisaw and Andre Cisco.
Oh, this isn't even close for me.
B is Darrisaw and Cisco. A is Kwity Paye and Ben Cleveland.
I'm going easily option A on this one. Kwity Paye is kind of my fallback plan. Follows fails at 14.
Oops.
And Ben Cleveland, I love. Physical, mean. He's got a cool, like a mohawk. Or I think he's got like his side shades in his head. I want to bring some nasty in this whole line. Ben Cleveland can bring that. So I'm definitely going option A here.
Yeah, we got a lot of A's. Got some B's.
Saffron DeSoto does not like Kwity Paye.
I love Kwity Paye. I mean,
it's hard not to. He was the guy like early in the draft process. I was like, oh my God, I hope he gets to us at 14. And now the fact that when he finally gets there, like, I don't really like him as much as I used to.
Well, who's the guy that is like a Kwity Paye? Right off the bat, he's a surefire top 10 pick, and now he's just kind of dwindling. That you think is still going to be a top 10 guy, top 15, I'll say.
I guess it's Micah Parsons, because the more I watch this, and looking at things, it seems like he keeps falling down farther and farther. And early, it seems like he was going top 10 every single time. So if he actually does get to the Raiders, where I was on a mock draft with some Colts guys and some Raiders guys, and the Raiders guy just screamed how much they want Micah Parsons. So if he actually gets there, give me, 3 weeks ago, I never thought it was a possibility. Now I think it actually could happen. So Micah Parsons is one guy I think is definitely going to slide a little bit.
Oh, you think he's going to slide?
What did you say?
I said go high, but I actually think I'm on the opposite. I think Micah Parsons still going to be a top 12 pick. I think Kwity Paye is going to be a top 14 pick. I think Caleb Farley's still going to end up going sooner than people think. I mean, he's not going to fall to the late 20s, is he? I mean, he's too damn good. Somebody will take a big old swing at him.
I know. That back, I mean, he's had multiple back issues. He had COVID. He's got
that's nothing.
I mean, it's not just the one back issue. I think he's had a couple. So I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Farley did fall a little bit. I still think he goes in round 1, but I'm going to say it's toward the ass end of it. And I think the Paye Everson comparison is very, it's a very good one. They look at them. They're the same type of player, not really long, lanky. They're more compact, violent hands, aggressive, play with energy. So I definitely feel like Paye and Griffin are a great comp. Hello, David. I'm glad you're here.
I am also here. Stephen Burton's in the house.
Hey, Stephen Burton. He loves Ben Cleveland.
A lot of people do love Ben Cleveland. It's tough to not like a big old chubby guard. I mean, guards are just lovable dudes. I can't wait. And this is the year. The Vikings are going to double dip at guard. And it's going to be in the earlier rounds. And I'm very excited. Early morning. Brett Steinert from Germany. I hope you got an early morning beer in your hand.
Skernick.
Those German, they like their beer.
Olaf, good on nice.
Will Hunter be traded tonight? No.
What the hell? No. I'm offended. You really offended me right now. What the hell?
Matchmaker, let's make a match.
I don't know what just happened there. So Brett Steinert, he must be watching, maybe making some eggs and some bacon or some schnitzel, whatever the hell they eat in Germany.
All right, let's. I got another one for you.
Okay, I was in the middle of a schnitzel story. Don't ever interrupt a man's schnitzel story.
I did everybody a favor with interrupting that. All right, option A: Justin Fields and Brady Christensen. Justin Fields and Brady Christensen. Or option B. This isn't a very second. Justin Fields, Brady Christensen is A. B is Devonta Smith and Walker Little. It's a hard one.
It's weird because you're given two of the elite talents, I think, in this draft, and then you're pairing it with two tackles I actually like quite a bit. So
Walker Little, I like him.
Yeah, I like Brady Christensen too. So I really,
it's Fields against Devontae Smith. Then
are you taking Fields at 14 or are you moving up?
Yeah, you're staying at 14. There's no.
Then I'm gonna go Fields. You gotta go with the quarterback.
Value's too damn good. I agree. Terrell Murph loves Fields. How about Field of Dreams? Great movie. Great movie.
I thought you were just talking. Maybe he just loves a field of grass in general. Rolls around.
I got one more. For you.
What do you got?
You guys ready? Option A, Micah Parsons, and surprisingly, Dylan Radins falls to round 3. So you get Micah Parsons and Dylan Radins, or this is where it gets tough. We get Rashawn Slater, surprisingly, at 14, and Kellen Mond. Micah Parsons and Dylan Radins with Rashawn Slater, Kellen Mond is B.
Slater and Mond are B?
Yep.
I'm going to go B. I just think Slater is really, if you're going to do the complete matchup of value, need, talent, I think Slater is your guy. He's your home run pick. And then get a quarterback like Kellen Mond who can come in, be the backup, and give you some upside for the future, some hope that maybe he's the guy who develops. I'm going to go that route, but I really didn't hate either option on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Slater and Mond strictly for Slater. They can cut Mond the next day, and I don't care. I just want Slater.
What you remember when Red was working at the grocery store? What he asked his boss?
Take a piss.
I'm gonna have to do that right now. Piss break, boss. Piss break.
Then go.
I'm going to. I was just trying to work it in there a little bit.
I'm good. I'm gonna do another trivia.
Ooh. I want to hear it before I piss. I don't think about it.
All right, trivia. First one gets it right in the comments. We're gonna send you guys some One Bar and Lupagus swag, hat, shirt, something goofy.
Maybe a cutoff tee.
Maybe a nice cutoff tee. Let me find a question here. All right, Papa. Bear with me. All right, this is a tough one where I think a lot of people this might be too hard. Name the last 4 quarterbacks drafted by the Vikings. Last 4 quarterbacks drafted by the Vikings.
Holy shit.
First one that gets it in there. One Bar and Lupagus swag is on its way. Wear that thing, just imagine just walking down the grocery store, strutting your stuff in One Bar and Lupagus show gear. I can't think of anything worse. Last 4 quarterbacks drafted by the Vikings. Need all 4 of them. There's some dandies in here. There's some dandies. Tough to look at. Tough list. Last 4 quarterbacks drafted by the Minnesota Vikings. Everybody's looking so hard. Diet Dr. Pepper. I'm diabetic. Well, Dr. Pepper is one hell of a drink. Alexis, that's only 3. Last 4, my boy. Mud butt, I guess. Tarkenton, Ponder, Bridgewater, Stanley. Oh, they're close. You guys are getting close. I hope I didn't miss it. I think we got it. I think I have an answer. Joe Gordon, sir. You got her.
Oh, shit. I forgot about Teddy.
Let me just make sure. Nate, Teddy, Ponder, Booty. Yeah, he got it. Joe Gordon. Hit me up. I'm going to put my email in here again. Email me. We're going to get you some swag on the way.
How the hell did I forget Teddy? I was going Ponder, Nate, Booty, and I was going back to T-Jack.
Alexis, he almost had it. He just missed one earlier. He had 3 of them.
You got to be fast fingers, just like I was in high school.
Yes, so send me an email and we'll get you some swag. This ain't the last of the trivia. There's going to be plenty more.
Hell yeah, there's going to be plenty more. So let's pick your brain a little bit, One Bar. What are you a fan of? Are you more of a fan of trading up a little bit? I'm not talking going way up. I'm talking maybe getting up a 3rd or 5th, 3rd and 4th, move up a couple of spots. Or are you a fan of moving back?
Jelly Monster. I'm a fan of the Jelly Monster. I know that.
Who is it?
Between the 2, so I got to pick one?
Yeah, what would you rather see the Vikings do tonight?
Well, I mean, it all depends on who's there, but I'm really a fan of.
You get more specific. If it's a guy, let's say you're moving up 5 spots to get Penei Sewell, or you're going to move down 19, you're still going to get Elijah Vertucker in your 2nd round pick back.
Man, the thought of Sewell on this team is so damn good. It, you know, I don't know what the comp is that we're gonna have to give up, a third, second, whatever it is, but trading back, getting that second rounder with Vera Tucker. I'm still big on trying Ezra Cleveland at left tackle. I could be way wrong. They might not even be in the cards. They might not even want to do it. But I'm taking that trade back. I'm taking Vera Tucker, and in round 2, looking at maybe one of those other tackles still there and double dipping.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you can get a Penei Sewell, I really think he's a generational talent. And I think, you know, it sucks now giving up picks when you're in a draft, when it's here and it's the time going on. But a year from now, you're not going to remember what you gave up. You're going to have Penei Sewell on your freaking team.
Yeah. It's accurate.
Curly Head Josh. What a name. That was almost my name when I was born. Curly Head Lups.
Curly Head Lepagus. All right. What else we got?
I mean, you want to do a mock or not?
We'll do a mock a little bit.
Yeah.
Is Aaron Rodgers still a Packer?
I haven't checked Twitter in a while.
Let's see.
Let's just talk about the draft in general. How about that?
Do it.
So, I mean, we already talked about the potential real picks that count. Niners at 3, Falcons at 4. You kind of feel like the Bengals are going to go Chase or Sewell. Supposedly, there was a rumor that came out yesterday that Jalen Waddle is actually the preferred receiver for the Miami Dolphins. You buying into that or not? Because personally, he's my number 1 receiver in the draft.
Absolutely. I'm buying into anything when it comes to Jamar Chase and Waddle. I think they're, depending on the team, very interchangeable. I think they're 1 and 2 probably. Their 1 and 2 is probably completely different throughout the league. So if Waddle went first, I would not be surprised one damn bit.
It was weird. I was watching tape on Waddle, and it took me about 4 different things before I finally saw one where he actually had a chance to make a contested catch. He's that damn fast. He creates that much separation. And Chase is the guy who can do everything. He's got the speed. He's got the size. He can go up, high point the football. So, you know, it's really what your preference is. And, you know, when it comes to the Bengals, I would assume Chase would be their preference just with the familiarity with Joe Burrow. When it comes to the Dolphins, it wouldn't shock me if they did go Waddle just because he knows Tua. So, you kind of got to look at your situation, who's throwing the ball to these guys. But I love all 3 of these receivers, to be honest with you. And I think any team that gets one is going to be very, very happy.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens if one of these receivers do fall to 14, if the Vikings are just all over it, where they just can't pass, it's too good to pass up on. If they're on the phone trying to trade back, get somebody to trade up for them, it's going to be very exciting just watching that helmet, seeing if it turns into a different helmet, because there's nothing that gets that heart going. All of a sudden it's either is a Viking helmet or all of a sudden it's not a Viking helmet. Bodily fluids do not stay in me.
It's amazing. Whether it's late in the draft and they come back up, you know, we've seen that a couple times over the years. Teddy Bridgewater, Cordell Patterson, Harrison Smith. I think the last 3 times that's happened. You know, I can't think the last time they actually traded down in round. Well, last year they did it. I guess they did it last year. But you know, another thing we should maybe look at is just, do you think the Vikings are going to pick very cautiously? Just with Jeff Gladney, LaQuantrell being a bust. Do you think that's going to be on their mind and something to think about, or are those just 2 situations that, you know, they happen, they're random? You think that's going to affect this draft at all?
Well, there's 2 ways. Zimmer, they could be looking at this as like this is just a must win this season. They just have to get back to the playoffs. They got to make a little bit of a run where maybe they're like, screw it, we don't care, we're just going with the talent, like a Jalen Phillips. But like you said, I'm more on the side of being safe, being cautious. That's why I keep talking about Elijah Vera Tucker. I don't think he's like the next coming of Randall McDaniel. I just think he's a safe and he's going to be very good. Is he going to be as good as some of these other offensive linemen? No, but that's why I'm really leaning on just the safe picks this year. I don't want to get too fancy and too crazy. I'm a big Sally.
Yeah, I mean, I like Vera Tucker if the other option is Jalen Phillips. Again, I worry about his strength, so that's my big thing. Darius Adami is probably your safest bet, but again, then you're giving up an Ezra Cleveland being the left tackle. So, but from what we're hearing, though, and maybe that's something else we should have brought up in the rumors, it sounds like the Vikings really have no plans for that. It's either You draft a left tackle. You try Brian O'Neill there. It just seems like Ezra Cleveland's a guard now, and he's going to be a guard, and hopefully he's a little better than he was last year. He wasn't horrible, but year 2 playing the same position, maybe he does take the next step up.
And Alexis is right. You do got to roll that dice. You got to have some big old balls if you want to make a run for it. So,
had big balls. Sonny Weaver Jr. had some big balls on him.
He's a horrible GM. He should have been fired. I don't care if he got those trades taken care of. You don't take a linebacker number 1 when you could have got him at 7. Very dumb.
And all
yes, Mike Sullivan. We're on the same page.
Yes, Jalen Phillips. Too much risk there. I can't see it happening, and it scares me. That's actually the thing. Sometimes you watch for a guy to fall. Sometimes you watch for a team to trade up. I'm watching to see. I'm hoping someone takes Jalen Phillips before we're on the clock, and that's my biggest worry is that we're going to sit there at 14. He's going to be on the board, and we're going to take him, and I'm going to.
Well, Q Cox brings up a good point because backup plan for Bradbury. You look at these guys like a Landon Dickerson. There's a lot of these guys that play center/guard. Ben Cleveland, right? That maybe they look at bringing these guys in with the mindset of, well, he's going to be a hell of a guard, but if Bradbury completely sucks again, we'll move his ass to center.
It was weird because I thought there was games where Bradbury looked like he was taking that next, and where he needs to get better is anchoring. He just gets pushed back too many times, too often. You want to see him get stronger. You love the way he can get down the field, get to the second level, lead blocks. You see him 20 yards down the field making a block every now and then, but when he gets pushed back into Kirk Cousins' crotch, like he did in the Titans game where the Vikings are trying to get back in the field goal range to win that game, it happens too much. So, I would, Creed Humphrey is the guy that comes to mind. If you get back into round 2,
I think Creed Humphrey's going to be a first rounder.
Wouldn't shock me. I mean, he could definitely sneak in, but Landon Dickerson, another center guard, I think you mentioned him. Maybe it's time that you bring in some competition, and the Vikings love to try these center guards. So maybe you get a new center, you try Bradbury on the guard positions. Maybe Esther Cleveland and Garrett Bradbury are your guards next year.
Let's talk about some positions that aren't really hot talkers, but are positions that the Vikings could actually draft before round 5.
Yeah, the one that comes to mind for me is linebacker. See some mock drafts saying the Vikings need to get younger at linebacker, and they have them going that route in round 3. But I think maybe round 4 is more realistic. With you got Anthony Barr probably in his last year. Troy Dye is the other option on the other side. Troy Dye and Nick Vigil. I don't know. I mean, Troy Dye's got to bulk up. He's got to get stronger too because he is just way too scrawny. We made fun of his little sleeves or his little sweatshirt, whatever the hell it was he wore. I think he had a mock turtleneck on during the game.
Hell is a mock turtleneck?
It just comes up like just a little bit, not quite as far. So
isn't that what Cousin Eddie wore in Vacation?
I think he actually had like a dickie on. That was a dickie he wore.
I don't know what dickie is.
Just like a fake shirt that comes down just below your tits, I think.
Darius Stills, Lupagus loves him.
Well, he is. He's your 3 tech. That's all he does. Darius Stills does one thing, and that is attack the gaps, attack, create the pressure, push the pocket back. But then you get Andre Patterson coming out last week saying, we don't need that. We don't do that. We never have. And I'm like, really? You had Sheldon Richardson, you had Kevin Williams, you had Tom Johnson. That's what they did. So that was a surprise to me.
Yeah, I think other positions that aren't overly hot and heavy names. I mean, we've talked about running back. Yes, we have Madison. We got Dalvin Cook. But behind them, not much. I think running back is on the table. Those guys, you've mentioned it before, another game on the season this year. They have a tough time staying healthy. Very good running backs in the mid rounds. I would love that. I'd love a running back that could be just a burner, a guy that you could put out there on third down and also be part of the return game. So I really hope we get a return, whether it's a receiver like Jaden Darden, just mentioned my curly-headed Josh. I really hope we get a return guy. We can just put there day one.
And the guy you took in our draft there, Demetric Felton's a guy.
Love that guy.
Receiver. I think he's kind of this Swiss Army knife kind of a player you can put anywhere, have him do all kinds of crazy things, and be your return man. So honestly, I will be shocked if KJ Osborne makes a team next year. I think they're looking for somebody to replace him, and I think they're going to find him.
Yeah, KJ Osborne should be very scared. And Patrick O'Regan.
Hey,
yeah, we go back. We go back quite a ways. We won't go to the real in-depth stories because they're not made for anybody, but they're very graphic.
What I saw on the way home from Duluth, I never should have saw in my life. No one should have.
No. All right, that's enough. That's enough.
I ain't going any farther.
Scolder Soup. That he goes by the name of Greg Joseph, and he's fantastic. That's who our kicker is.
And what's another position we should bring up? Because, early in this whole process, early in the draft season, I was like, no way. Rick Spielman will never take another kicker. But you got 10 picks. You're sitting there with your last pick, and you've addressed every single need. And one of these kickers is on the board. Why not take it? Create some competition for Greg Joseph. Greg Joseph is not a sure thing. He is he's Greg Joseph. So if it's Jose Borregales, if it's McPherson, whoever it is, I know Dan Carlson left a bad taste in your mouth, but that was mostly the coaching staff's fault for not sticking with this kid. The Raiders just re-signed him today, so he's still going to be the Raiders kicker, and he's been damn good. So I wouldn't rule it out.
Viking Jerome in the house. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on with this profile pic there. Is his head like cut off in some kind of preservation tank?
No positions is off limits. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. I wish this was a little bit better of a D tackle class, a little bit better of a tight end class. Those things seem to drop off pretty damn quick. I would have loved to see a tight end in the later rounds, but
we still might do it. And that's weird. You can't just write it off because you feel like it's deep enough or it's been addressed. The teams will still do that. Like, it's crazy. Like, they'll go ahead and spend all this money in free agency in a position, and they'll still use their first pick on that position. So, again, that's what makes the draft great. You got to expect the unexpected. There's no sure thing until a commissioner comes out and reads that damn name on the card.
You know what, Nighttime Mime, I'm glad you asked that. Would I take $1,000 to get kicked in the nuts by Greg Joseph, full-on kickoff style? No, I would not. I don't think you could add another 0 or 2 to that, and I still don't think I would. That's bad news.
Nighttime Mime doesn't know the length of your sack and that your nuts would actually be on the turf.
Yeah, actually, you're right. He probably would miss. Tommy Tremble, I love Tommy Tremble. I think he's going to go pretty early. Vikings move up for quarterback. Book it. I don't know. Well, DM, sounds like you're having a little argument with yourself. I appreciate
an internal struggle.
I missed somebody earlier. I was going to put it up, but they were talking about themselves in the third person or first person, whatever you call it.
Was it The Rock? Was The Rock here?
Damn it, I missed it. I really wish I would have. I think it was Q. There it is. Q Cox wants Jabril Cox.
Lepicus wants another beer. How about that?
Well, you better go get one. There's another Tommy Tremble mention. That's 2.
Yeah. Again, you're sitting there. You got 7 picks made, 8th, 9th pick. Why not take a tight end?
And yeah, I would take this one. I let Daniil Hunter sack me.
Is that $1 million? Looks like $1 million.
I don't know. It looks like a lot of money. I can't figure out the commas, but I think we're good. And yes, we talked about Mr. Locke. I think we all agree a 5th rounder is fairly valid for him.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, you have this guy with some experience, still very young, and I would much rather have Drew Lock than a Kellen Mond, Kyle Trask. What's the other one? Davis Mills. And anyone. I mean, I would Gardner Minshew, Drew Lock, bring them in much rather than have that than a rookie.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. You're amazing as well. I think it might be time for another trivia question.
You have one ready?
I can pull one out of my ass. Trivia question again. First one in the comments that gets it right. Get some One Barn Lepicus swag. We will send it to you. We might even have Lepicus just drive it to you and deliver it to you on your doorstep. You can give them some lunch.
On a bike with no seat.
So first one in the comments with the right answer gets the One Barn Lepicus swag, whether it's a hat, shirt, whatever it is. So this question, I don't know, it might not be overly fair, but if you've been watching the show or if you know kind of our man crushes of the past, the Vikings missed out on a certain gopher in 2019 in the mid rounds and broke our hearts. If you can name that gopher, you got it.
This is easy money right here.
Yeah, but we missed out. I'm still upset about it. I wake up sometimes middle of the night.
Jim Murphy's out. Mike Sullivan's out.
What do you mean?
Sizzleman got it. Sizzleman got it. Sizzleman.
Sizzleman, you got her. You got her. Blake Cashman, wanted that guy more than anything. I would have probably given an arm or anything. I mean, Winfield is, yes, we definitely wanted him, but Blake Cashman, Cash Money, we interviewed him. He was fantastic. Loved him.
Yeah.
Sizzleman, hit me up at this email. We'll make sure we get you your gear.
And you've already talked about it. Like, the Vikings were going to take him, but they kept thinking they can get him later. They got too damn cute. Rick did it too many damn times, kept trading down, and then he finally gets sniped by the Jets. And then what do? You settle for Cameron Smith. And, yeah, it just still chaps my ass.
Scold your soup. We need to take a deep breath and just move on. I mean, it hurts. It hurts. That breath hurts, but
Scolger, what made it worse was the fact that they showed Winfield's family right before the Vikings pick, so everybody got excited, and then they took Jeff Gladney.
Don Burr, Detroit's in the building. Detroit, what are you guys going to do at 7?
Yeah,
I can't wait to see what you guys do. What's Don Burr? If you have not left yet, you let us know what you're doing at 7, because that's going to be another pick that could be all over the place. Micah Parsons, receiver, quarterback,
Sean Slater, Penei Sewell.
Hold on. Tronic has breaking news. He just let a fart out of his ass.
Oh my God, Tronic. Is that Todd Ronning, 28? The guy who fixes.
I don't think so.
Oh.
We're waiting. We're waiting there, Don Burr. You want to know what your Lions are doing, buddy?
I'm glad Tronic took the effort to actually write that and post it.
Julian Marker, I agree. I really don't want Waddle in Detroit. I don't want Waddle anywhere. Alexis Martinez, yes. Ben St. Juste would be fantastic. It'd be redemption. We'd finally get our gopher, and he's pretty damn good.
Yeah, St. Juste would be. I love that guy. Long, lanky. We don't want no wide receiver at 7 in Detroit. Really? Nice.
None. Yeah. All right. We'll see, Donald. We'll see if that pans out.
Keep your goddamn paws up for Sean Slater, too.
And Patrick Harms, absolutely. Anxiety is at an all-time high right now. Very, very, yeah. That's where the highlights come in.
Helps with anxiety.
What's throw some comments in there too. What's on the menu tonight? Wings, grilling some burgers, just 8 bags of chips. What's the deal?
You just drinking dinner? What's the plan?
And why hasn't Aaron Rodgers been traded yet?
I don't know.
Venomous. No.
Is he here?
COVID kicking his ass, man. Feel better.
Oh, no.
Drink a couple beers.
I'm gonna come over and rub some mentholatum on your chest.
You might just have a game changer. Chips and dip. We got some nachos, chicken. Hope there's some tons of barbecue sauce on that.
I guarantee you that guy is freaking chopping that chicken's head off, plucking the feathers. He's eating that thing. He just killed it.
Don Burr, you're disgusting. Nobody wants tuna fish sandwiches.
Actually, I think I had tuna melts the other night.
I'll have tuna melts when I'm 90.
Oh,
Wings, Euros, beer. Now we're talking. I'm going the Aries.
Erie Starwin. That sounds like a stripper's name.
Chips and dip.
Hell yeah.
Queso.
I hope it's top the tater is what I hope.
Top the tater. Let's see. God, I want to do about 9 more trivias. I want to get out a bunch of swag.
It's not in the budget.
No, there is no budget. Liquid dinner for me tonight. There we go.
Ooh, Dave's MX6. My favorite weapons. Should we do the mock? You ready? Let's do it.
All right, give me a minute. I need to prepare.
Does that mean you have to pee?
Nope.
So let's talk about one player who could go like top 10 or could definitely fall very, very far. To me, God, that's it's probably Micah Parsons again. I think we brought him up earlier, but if he went like 7, 8, I wouldn't be shocked. But if he started sliding down the board and was in the 20s, I could see that as well. So Micah Parsons to me is a guy who has a huge range of where he can go tonight.
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
Uh-oh.
I just disappeared for a minute. Am I back?
Oh, that was you. I didn't know it was me or you.
The edge rushers. Edge rushers are going to, Greg Rousseau is mocked anywhere from 15 to frickin' round 3. All these guys are all over the place. They're going to put a big old wrinkle in it. The cornerbacks, the safeties. I can see some safety sneaking in the round at the end of round 1.
And Kwity Paye is another guy. I mean, I've seen him go to 4 to the Falcons, or I've seen him go to 26 to the Browns. It's crazy. So, yeah, there's just some, and you never know. It's just all about preference, and then that shakes out. It has such a ripple effect on the rest of the draft. So, those guys to me, it's crazy. So let's go. You still preparing? Or are you ready to do whatever you gotta do?
I want to do one more trivia before we do the mock. So you keep talking.
Well, I was just going to say, let's talk about the teams again and guys we don't want to see end up in the division. We talked about the Lions already. They don't want a receiver, but man, if they got Jalen Waddle, that would suck so bad having to face that guy. And not only what he can do for their offense, but as a return man, you got to worry about him getting the ball and shoving it down your throat. I mean, that's going to create short kickoffs. They're always going to have good field position when you play the Lions if they got Jalen Waddle. The Bears, to me, if they got another edge rusher, a guy in that front seven, if that's an Azeez Ojulari or someone like that, who's just this freak show pass rusher, that another guy you got to worry about trying to figure out how to block, to me, that worries me quite a bit. Another thing, too, is if they went ahead and got like a lineman that we could have took that turns out to be really good, that would piss me off. So as far as those two early teams, those two guys I don't want to see there. And then you look down at the Packers. And when it comes to the Packers, it's all about, I hope, for God's sake, they do not take Rashad Bateman. That'll be the intrigue in the ass end of the draft tonight. I do not want to see a Gopher end up in a Packers uniform, especially Rashad Bateman.
Up against is completely frozen.
Oh, it looks
all right, he's back. Hey, we got to give some love to Big Roo. Big Roo, thank you, sir. Even though you want Jalen Phillips and we despise him, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'll have a beer to that. Beer to that, Big Roo.
Big Roo.
Let's bring up one scenario here that could actually be on the table is the Chicago Bears picking at 20. If there's a quarterback there and the Vikings are looking to trade back, could we possibly actually trade with the Bears and give them the quarterback that they might want?
I think it depends who it is. I can't see the Vikings making a deal with Justin Fields, because Justin Fields gives you an added dimension of being able to run and create plays with his legs. And I think that is so hard to defend against, and facing that twice a year would be super, super difficult. If it's Mac Jones, maybe you do make the deal, because at least with Mac Jones, he's a pocket passer. You can rush him. You can figure out ways to stop him. But I think it's just so much harder with a guy like Fields. So I would, if it's Mac Jones, maybe. But I feel like, I don't know. When I do a mock, I don't really factor in my hate for the rest of the teams in the division. I'd always just try to keep it honest and fair and what's best for the team I'm picking for. But definitely, I think if it's a guy with a huge upside, then you don't do that deal.
And yeah, this is a very good question by Mr. Jack Ryan. Regarding if there was no injury concerns, yeah, Jalen Phillips would probably be the top edge rusher.
We'd probably be rooting for him and hoping that he's the pick. It would be like a slam dunk kind of a deal, but the injury issues, that's all it is with Phillips. It's the injuries, and it's scary, and it's concussions, and that's what's the worst part of it. You really can't. The only way you take concussions out is if you don't play. So it's too big a risk for me. Way too big a risk.
Are we doing a 1 through 14 mock draft? What do you want to do?
Well, we got 27 minutes left. I don't know. We could probably whip through the whole thing.
I want to do like 80 more trivias though.
Yeah, so we should probably do the whole thing then.
I still haven't found one. What?
Well, the one we talked about earlier.
A trivia question?
DM.
Just say it. I don't remember it.
David Morgan.
See, Patrick Harms wants some trivia.
Where's he been?
You got one up your sleeve, Lepidus, or not?
Yes.
Well, it's got to be NFL. It's got to be Vikings and draft related. That's the only rules.
All right. The Vikings took David Morgan a couple years ago. I think it was in round 5. Where did David Morgan play college football at?
This is an easy Google. This is going to be done in 2 seconds. David Morgan, where was his college? What do we got?
No Googling.
Oh, they're going to Google. I'm Googling it. Thank you, Art. I appreciate that.
Stephen Burton's out. Stephen Burton is out. Nope. Oh, Joe Gordon. Joe Gordon.
Didn't Joe Gordon already win?
No.
Joe Gordon, come on down. Stan Jones, you were close. Joe Morgan,
No.
hit me up. Hit me up on my email.
Next question. What does UTSA stand for? Just kidding. That's not worth the prize.
Go Gordon, you hit me up with an email. You get some One Bar and Lupagus swag. Oh, you're going to look good. You're going to look good on the beach. Jason Bowman, you're a little late. Got it right, but you're late. Sorry, man. Great
side profile pick too, by the way, Jason Bowman.
Jason Menson, probably butchering that. If JC Horner Surtain is on the board at 14, I'm saying there's like a 75% chance they do that. They're without even thinking twice.
But he's not saying if he's screaming bad. Maybe he's screaming screams of joy.
I don't think so. I think these are scary, sad screams.
Maybe he's got menses.
That's graphic. All right, let's do a 1 through 14 draft.
Oh, Patrick Harms wants to play host of our trivia game. Does he have swag to give away?
I'm not completely against that. LS Gregor, my man.
Yeah, what a guy.
NDSU have 3 quarterbacks on. Who's the third one?
I don't know. Oh, isn't it Easton Stick?
Is that where he went? He did go there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wow. LS Gregor. Thank you, sir. I think Lupagus is going to take his 4th piss since we've been on for a whole hour.
I'm not peeing.
Yep, Easton Stick. You were right. LS Gregor, you're the best.
Do I get one of those hats now?
No. All right, let's do a quick mock 1 through 14. Then we're gonna come back. We're gonna keep talking. We're gonna be doing some more trivia. We got plenty of time. I actually wanted Easton Stick, mostly because he's just a running quarterback, and his name was kind of fantastic. All right, let me share my screen here. Kyle Trask. I'd be fine with Kyle Trask.
I'd rather have Kyle Larson.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I was kidding.
All right. You guys see the screen? I'm taking what I have the other day. I'll take odds. I'm taking odds. So we're going to go with what we think the team will do, not what we want them to do or what they think they should do. It's what we think they'll do. Trevor Lawrence, obviously Gonzo.
Yeah, and then Zach Wilson, obvious too.
Now we get to the big boy pick here, the Niners. I think when they made this trade, they were all in on Mac Jones. Since then, I think they've mildly fallen in love with Trey Lance, but I think they're going to go with their gut. I think they're going to stick to it, and I think they're going to go with Mac Jones.
Yeah, and to me, that's a huge mistake, but I could definitely see it happening. In fact, I'll be more shocked if it doesn't happen than if it does. And here's another pick. I think the Falcons could definitely go with the quarterback, but Matt Ryan's still damn good, and I think if you add Kyle Pitts to this offense, the Falcons are automatically contenders next year. So I'm going to go Kyle Pitts here to the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm completely off the train of the Falcons even thinking about a quarterback. I think I don't think a quarterback is even a chance. Not buying it.
Can you blow up the screen? We've had some requests to blow up the screen. Is that possible?
Try to zoom in. Hold on. Is that any better?
It's a little better.
Enhance. Old people watching. Yeah, Patrick, I apologize. All right, hopefully that's a little bit better. Bengals, let's whip through this thing. Jamar Chase. Give him the weapons.
Dolphins, after what I've heard, I'm gonna go with Jalen Waddle here. Give Tua a familiar weapon. Big Roo, $1.99.
Big Roo, I'm a man. 14th. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Bill Winnock. He's on board with my pick. All right. Lions. This is where it gets interesting.
We got inside information from the Lions fan. Remember that.
I know. This is a tough one for me. I mean, they're not taking Devontae Smith.
I think it's easy.
Yeah, they go Penny Sewell.
I agree.
Sorry, Vikings fans.
All right, so the Panthers here. This is again very interesting. I actually think they're gonna go with the corner. I think they're gonna go Patrick Surtain too. I don't think they're going to Slater. I'm gonna go Surtain here to the Panthers.
You don't seem very happy about that.
Me?
Broncos on the clock. Oh my God. We got Teddy Bridgewater. We're trying to shop Drew Lock. What should we do? We're so nervous. We're going to piss our pants. Got Trey Lance and Justin Fields there. Oh my God. Yep. Trey Lance. Done deal. Yep. Not thinking twice.
I agree. Cowboys. This is going to be a little bit crazy here. And I'm going to make the first surprise pick of this draft. And you got to expect this. You got to play for this. Everybody's thinking corner. No, they're not going corner. They're going linebacker. Micah Parsons. Woo! Jay Cutler's so happy right now. Micah Parsons goes to the Cowboys.
Great value, good stuff. I mentioned it earlier where I think Kwity Paye actually will end up going in the top 15, and I think the Giants have a very good chance of taking him, and I'm putting him there. Kwity Paye, he's going home.
All right, the Eagles, they're still they're still very upset with what they did last year when they did not take Justin Jefferson. They got Devontae Smith here on the board. They're not going to make the mistake twice. They're going to go Devontae Smith, get that receiver they need for Jalen Hurts. I'm going Devontae Smith here.
Devontae Smith. All right. Well, Justin Fields is a sliding. Chargers are like, good God, I can't believe J.C. Horn's still there. We need offensive line help. Rashawn Slater is there. But this should be a no-brainer for the Chargers. It should be Rashawn Slater 100%. I hope that this comes and also the Chargers make some crazy ass pick, but I'm going Rashawn Slater, leaving the Vikings some pretty damn good options. Wow.
Yeah, let's go over this. Justin Fields, J.C. Horn, Christian Darris, Jalen Phillips, Elijah Vera Tucker. This is basically a wet dream of options for the Vikings here. Unless you get blown out of the water with a trade offer, which maybe includes a future first rounder, a second round pick this year, I don't see the Vikings passing on Justin Fields, and I'm going to go that route right now. And here's the reason.
My dear Lord.
You've already improved the defense exponentially from last year. You got Daniel Hunter coming back, Michael Pierce coming in. You've added Patrick Peterson. You've added Mackenzie Alexander. That side of the ball is going to be so much better. You actually can afford to take a guy you can sit for a year or two in Justin Fields. And you know what? If you pass on him and he ends up being the next Lamar Jackson, you're going to be kicking yourself for years. You're not going to be sitting there thinking, God, we should have Christian Darris. No. When you pass on a quarterback and he pans out, that's a risk you just can't take. And this year of all years, when you got half these players not even playing last year, if you can land your quarterback in the future, you do it, you take it, and you go on from there.
Yeah, this is kind of a wet dream scenario. These guys are, in this type of scenario, I'm all for trading back and still getting a very good player, not trading back too far. But yeah, Justin Fields staring right at you. Patriots would just be like creaming in their pants thinking that they're going to get Justin Fields at 15. But it makes sense. It makes complete sense. Patrick Harms, we are going to let you do the next trivia question. There's no doubt about that. I have to use little boys' room. So Lupagus, you keep everyone very entertained. I want to make sure this number doesn't drop while I'm done.
Can you put the screen back big at least for me?
Oh God! I should have worn my man diaper. All right, cool. We're back.
All right, awesome.
Patrick Harms is so happy. Don't do that until I get back, though.
Yeah, Patrick, just hold your question. Do not post it till we tell you to. We make sure no one cheats, no one hops in here. All right, so I want to talk a little about these receivers because to me, you're sitting there at 14. You're sitting in a draft class that, again, I just mentioned half these players didn't even play last year. They all sat out. They opted out. You got Adam Thielen coming up on a contract in a couple years. He's 30-something years old already. Justin Jefferson is your future number one wide receiver. BC Johnson took a step backwards in his development last year. Chad Beebe's Chad Beebe. So if I'm the Vikings and Devontae Smith sitting there looking at me at 14, you got every reason in the world to take him. Yes, he's scrawny. He's got weird long legs, but dynamite return man. Excellent route runner. Sticky ass hands, sticky mitts. You put him in there as your wide receiver 3 this year. Offense is basically unstoppable. You got your return man. To me, that's just huge. It's just huge value, and it's worth taking that risk at pick 14. So that's why, to me, a receiver, if it's one, if it comes down to that, you got Devontae Smith sitting there, Elijah Vera Tucker, Jalen Phillips. I think you got to go with Devontae Smith kind of guy there.
You love Devontae Smith more than anything.
I hope he's shook enough. I don't want to see any piss dribbles in them pants.
I know. I ain't no rookie.
Are you wearing
any rumblings coming out since we've been on? We've been kind of neglecting Twitter. If anybody's seen anything out there, I'd love to hear it aside from Aaron Rodgers.
We've been in here and I haven't seen anything. I got NFL Network on in front of me, but I'm looking through my ring light here and it's really hard to see. They're talking to Jacksonville. Nothing breaking.
Jacksonville. All right, let's see.
I think Harms is ready for his question.
Hold on. Stan Jones. Smith is a taller Anthony Carter. I love Anthony Carter so much. God, was he great. Just had to say that. That's all I wanted to say. Jelly Monster. Vikings trade up to pick 5. You're toying with our emotions. It's impolite. Hotel room. Jesse Smith. Watching the hotel room. You need to hit up that hotel bar.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, Patrick Harms, you're on the clock. You throw out your question. I'm excited. I hope it's a lot of pressure here. You've been talking up this question quite a bit. So
yeah, he must have the greatest question that's ever been asked.
And Lupagus and I were not allowed the answer. Jesse Smith quit drinking years ago. I should probably do that. Good for you. May have a nice sparkling water. Drink a lot of those.
I don't like those. I hate those.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I think they taste like ass.
You got to kind of just drink them until you lose your taste. Patrick Harms just fell asleep or something.
Yeah, what the hell, Patrick? You know, it looks like Patrick O'Regan's ready to roll with one.
Jelly Monster.
He started again. He quit, and he started.
All right, here it is. Patrick Harms. The Vikings have drafted only one guard in the first round. Who was it?
Wasn't that super easy?
You be nice to Patrick. First one to get it gets one Barn Lupagus swag.
There it is.
There it is. Bill Winnock.
Well, no, Walter Cody got ahead of him.
Oh, you're Jesse Smith. Everybody's hitting this up. Well done, fellas. Who got the first one? Walter Cody.
Yeah, Walter Cody.
Apologize. Walter Cody. Put my email on here. Hit me up.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Jelly Monster was shitting and pissing. Walter wins. Walter, hit my email up. We'll send off something. Might just be Lupagus in a big box.
Hey, the first time I've been shipped cross country.
Yeah, and we are going to be very busy in the coming nights, coming days. Every draft pick we're doing an episode on. We're breaking everybody down. After tonight, we're going to be looking at second, third round options. We're going to be pretty damn busy, so make sure to subscribe.
A disclaimer: those fifth, sixth round picks, we're going to be drunk when we're doing those, so it'll be very entertaining.
Maybe entertaining. I wouldn't say very. I'd say maybe.
You might need to have like some kind of interpreter or something. But what the hell was I going to say? Shit. Don't forget, record your reactions tonight. Get those phones up and get them recording. We want to say your excitement, your elatement, your anger, your rage, raw emotions. Let's capture those. We're going to put a video together. Hopefully we get enough to do that. Nothing better than draft reaction videos.
Put any of those videos you guys take, send them to that email. We're going to put an episode together like Lupagus said. Can't wait. Hopefully a lot of smiles and nothing broken except Packers fans' hearts.
Looks like Bill Winunk is contesting the call, but to me, clearly I have Walter Cody making the first pick there.
I honestly don't want to scroll up that far. I do see Walter Cody first.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Mo SKOL. See Mo SKOL just subscribe from Chicago. Diehard Vikings fan.
Living in enemy territory.
Aboard, man.
Hell yeah. Welcome aboard, see Mo SKOL. Glad to have you aboard. What do you hear? You hear anything with those Bears, what they're going to do?
What's the scuttlebutt, sir? What's the scuttlebutt?
Are they taking Tevin Jenkins?
Julian Marker's in. I knew that was coming. I look forward to that video.
Yeah, I can't wait either. It's going to be, it's going to involve Northeast, I'm sure.
Northeast. Bill Winnock. We'll call it a tie. Send me an email. You both get the swag.
He's still fighting it?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm throwing him a bone because I actually did see his name came up first, and then all of a sudden Walter, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm watching. I can't see the comments you get. I can only look at on YouTube. But
Bill, you hit us up. You got swag coming on the way. Jesse Smith loves those electric bikes.
I want to know if we do send something to Wonk. I'm going to put my butt on it first.
No, I can assure you that Lupagus will not see that.
I will sit on it first. They're asked.
Some Bears are wiping ass.
They are wiping ass. Goddamn Bears. Can't believe they beat us. Second game. What a shit team.
It is a fairly shit team. Eagles want to trade above the Cowboys.
Who doesn't? I
love these rumors. We got 70 minutes until the draft starts. Dun, 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 dun. I butchered it.
Yeah, you really did. You really did. That wasn't even close. What you did was embarrassing.
Give me let's talk about we talked about Jalen Phillips, but who's another pick if we stayed at 14 where it was just like he just would be pissed?
Oh, pissed? I mean, it depends who's on the board. If we're sitting there and let's say Devontae Smith's on the board, Micah Parsons, if we go Elijah Vera Tucker, I will not like that. As you know, I'm not Elijah Vera Tucker fan just because I don't see the power. I don't see what I need to see from him. I don't see him pushing anybody back ever. I get he's athletic, he can get the second level, whatever, but I just feel he's another one of these guys we're going to come in and add, and he's going to get pushed around. So if we do take Vera Tucker over who I believe are better players at different positions, that will upset me. Yes.
Old McDonald, thank you, sir.
Ooh.
Love you and your Waddle Rock. I hope that thing's displayed proudly. If they take somebody else and it's not Waddle, I hope you paint over it and still make that beautiful rock a nice display in your front yard.
Oh, absolutely. I hope he does too. And how about you? Who's the one guy that's going to upset you?
Other than Phillips, unless it was a complete reach that nobody's really talking about, something crazy like a Greg Newsome or just something completely off the charts, I'm pretty fine with anybody that's being talked about. I'm fine with any of these top 20 guys. It's going to take a lot to make me pissed off at this pick.
Yeah. So I think it's time now. We probably, we're got a couple minutes left here in this thing. We need to talk about who we really think it's going to be. Who is going to be the guy? Who is going to be the Viking tonight? Who is going to be the newest Minnesota Viking? Who's going to be?
Oh, Reagan likes Leatherwood. I like Leatherwood too. Not at 14. I like Leatherwood.
Back to like 30.
Who's it going to be? Walter, Cody. They're still fighting. You guys both get it. Walter.
No, they should have a fight. I want to see a sword fight to the death.
Who the hell's got swords? Nobody has swords.
Sam Fuller. Sam Fuller has swords.
I don't think he's tuning in. All right. So who's going to be the guy at 14? Said it at the beginning. I think there's a good chance he's going to be there. Fills a need. He's good. It's safe. You're not taking a huge risk. It's Darrisaw. You plug him in day one at offensive at the left tackle, and you keep Ezra Cleveland at right guard, and that's it. I mean, I'm not getting too fancy here, but I think that unless somebody crazy falls, Darrisaw's a safe pick.
We have a guy who clearly has access to swords. Brett Steiner says he can get swords. He can make this happen.
Damn it, Brett. I want a sword.
I'm not talking a fence match. I want some real swinging here, heavy swinging going on. No armor and naked. All right, to me, I'm going to go bold here. I've been feeling this all day. I think it's going to be splashy. It's going to be sexy, and the Vikings are going to end up with Justin Fields tonight. They're going to do it. Justin Fields will be the pick.
Ben Calvin in the house.
Hey, Ben.
No way Slater's there at 14. Agreed, but it would really, if we get Slater, Lupagus and I are going to come on here, and we'll probably be nude, unfortunately. So I'm just giving you a warning.
And I look like Mac Jones with more hair, so I just wanted you guys to know that.
You look like you ate Mac Jones.
You look like you ate me after I ate Mac Jones.
Doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does. Think about it.
I can't. I don't get it.
I'm just calling you fatter. That's what I was doing.
Oh God, no. Ellis Gregor's got a Braveheart sword that I can loan to somebody.
Apparently, a lot of reviewers have a massive sword collection.
I need to get a sword hanging right here.
You do. I was always more of a fan of the white sword and Zelda than the
forever,
Micro sword.
baby.
Hell yeah.
Yes. I think everybody would be good with Justin Fields. Nobody's gonna, as much as you don't want a quarterback, if a guy like that falls and you're still bitching about it, I mean, you got to do it. You can't be upset about it.
You have to. You got to pull a trigger. And again, I feel like Fields is falling for reasons that they're all made up for the most part, and they're not fair to him. Yeah, and everybody goes back to, we don't want an Ohio State quarterback. Things change. Eventually, there's going to be one that pans out, and Fields could be that guy. So, why did Douglas Ravenberg vomit? Was it because of the sword talk or Fields talk?
I think it had a lot to do with us coming on naked, to be honest with you.
Okay, you might be right.
My pie in the sky scenario, aside from Rashawn Slater somehow falling, is that we trade back no later than 20, and we still get a Vera Tucker, we still get a Darisaw, we get that second round pick. That is beautiful. When the Vikings are on the clock, I want to see that helmet change unless somebody crazy's there. I want to see it. I want to see it change. If we trade back, get a Kwity Paye, great. If we trade back, even get a cornerback, great. I want that second round pick. I want that second round pick to be a guard. I want it to be like Landon Dickerson. I want a lot of things. I'm very needy right now, but this is exactly what I want.
You want a sword? You want a giant sword?
No, if I had a sword, I'd probably cut my dick off. I don't know how to use a sword.
Yeah, you know what? AVT at 20 is a lot more sexy than AVT at 14. Same with Kwity Paye. Getting this, and Rick Spielman's been damn good in round twos for the last few years. Let's not forget that. His track record in round two is amazing. Yeah, you know what? I could live with that. CM SKOL. I like the CM SKOL guy. Maybe he's got a
live with that. I would be visibly aroused if this happened. I would love it. CM SKOL off to a great debut.
He is.
Can we do one more trivia before we wrap this thing up?
I think you should do one more.
All right, you keep yapping. I'm going to try to find a good one here.
All right. Well, what should I talk about? Let's go back to this kicker thing because Greg Joseph is Greg Joseph. I remember watching him when he first started with the Browns. I think he hit the post once, and he missed wide right from about 20 yards. So this guy is not an established kicker, definitely not somebody you can rely on. So I would bring in competition. And if that happens to be with our last pick, you might as well do it. Ain't going to hurt anything. Competition brings out the best in everybody, so you might as well go with another kicker.
I actually like Greg Joseph. He hasn't had that much experience. He's still young. He's got a big leg.
You also like Greg Anderson.
Yeah. What's not to like about him?
Nah. He got really mad at you what you did with that marker.
We're gonna end with a good one here. Not a good one, easy one. Really,
it's any easier than Patrick Harms.
No, this is just gonna be a quick Google. I'm just laying it out there. But anybody who listens to the show notices that there's a certain former Viking that does our intro for us, which we appreciate, and he's fantastic.
And he pronounced love.
I'm not going to say his name. Don't say his name. This is for our listeners. If you know who it is, where did he go to college? I made it a little bit tougher by not saying his name.
Yeah, he made it super.
Oh, well, Jelly Monster really just blew the load there.
Yeah, he gave it away, but he's not saying.
Not who it is. Where did he go to college?
Get the swords ready. I think we're going to have a fight.
F.W. Ender. I was actually expecting him to be number one.
Oh, wait. Is Stan Jones right? Is that right? I don't know.
Nope. Oh, yes. Stan Jones is correct.
Well done, Stan.
Jelly Monster is known for blowing in early. Thank you for that. That is very graphic and accurate. So is Lupagus. Harms, you're a little bit late, buddy. A little bit late. Let's see.
All right.
Brett Steiner, you're not even close. Pull it together, man.
You say Scott Steiner? He was a hell of a wrestler.
All right, Stan, hit me up. Anybody who won is getting some one barn Lupagus. All right, so we're going to wrap this thing up. We're going to be coming on after the draft pick, not live, but we're going to be posting a video, so check that out as far as our emotions, what happens. We're excited, and then we're going to be doing a wrap-up after the show. So make sure, subscribe, like the videos.
Do not forget to record your reactions to pick 14. If it is pick 14, we want to see that raw emotion. We want to see your passion for the Minnesota Vikings. If you love the pick, you hate the pick, we want it all recorded. Send it to us. We're going to put together a sweet video. And while you're waiting for this next hour, think about this. Once a male antechinus is ready to mate, he'll seek out a group of females and have sex with every single one of them, going at it for 10 hours at a time with each one. In fact, he doesn't stop mating until his fur starts to fall off, his body falls apart, and he dies. What a way to go out.
That's a good way to go out. DM, thank you for that, sir. Thanks
Boom.
for everybody who donated. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. This was fantastic.
Keep your skull in your hole.
Keep your skull in the hole and be sure to, Venomous, my thoughts exactly. Lupus got some pent up aggression here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Purple fan. Sounds like me and sounds like him and his woman.
Wow. Amazing.
All right. Tune in after the draft. Good luck. And let's hope the Vikings just absolutely nail it. SKOL, baby.
They will.